Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today we're going to take a look at the 1967 quarters, and here's a few of them right here. Washington facing to the left, Liberty over its head, In God We Trust here, 1967 at the bottom. And look wherever you want on this, you're never going to see a mint mark on a 1967 quarter because they didn't put any on. Now, there's plenty of regular 1967 quarters. We have a bunch of them here. They're pretty easy to get in your change. They're worth probably 30 cents, not much more than 25 cents. And there's some specialty quarters like this one here, probably worth $10 to $20, maybe a little bit more. And again, that's a 1967. But what a lot of people talk about with the 1967 quarters are the error coins. There's double die reverse, there's double die obverse, where you have doubling on the front or the obverse. You have doubling on the reverse, usually down in these letters down here. And then there are some coins that just don't quite sit right. They're gonna get put down wrong onto the planchet, and so you just don't get the whole coin. But the weirdest coins from 1967 are some I'm going to show you coming up. And those are the mixed era coins or mule coins. And they consist of a quarter struck on a smaller coin. And in this case, we can find 1967 quarters struck on a penny planchet, on a dime planchet, and on a nickel planchet. So let's take a look at those. And then we'll get back to the 1967 quarters and how much they're worth. 1967 was just a weird year in general for U.S. coins. Of course, they didn't put any mint marks on any of the coins in 1967. And then for the quarters, they made them at three different mints. They made 873 million at Philadelphia, 634 million at Denver, and 17.8 million at San Francisco. But this is probably one of the weirdest things you'll ever see from 1967, and that is somehow a quarter got printed onto a cent planchet. So we have this funny little quarter. It was from Heritage Auctions. It was sold at Heritage Auctions. If we look at the back, we can see most of it's on there. They lost a lot of the lettering and some of the other stuff. You can also see that it has been graded by PCGS, and it's a Mint State 65 red brown. So they graded it like they grade a penny. Brown, red. And so just a weird kind of thing. Now, this isn't the only weird coin they made in 1967. Here's another one. Here's a 1967 quarter on a dime planchet. And look now, this one does not fit. You see, it just gets cut off all the way across the top. And on the back, it gets cut off all the way across the bottom. This one is an NGC graded coin. You can see right there, 1975 25 cent or quarter struck on a 10 cent blank, weighs 2.24 grams, which is just about what a dime weighs. A dime generally weighs about 2.27. And this one's on eBay for $621. There was also a nickel. And here it is from PCGS, again on the Heritage Auction website. We see right here, struck on a 5 cent planchet. This is a nickel. So this is not a copper, this is not a copper centered quarter. This coin right here is nickel all the way through. A nickel copper mix all the way through, just like a nickel is. We look and we can see the back of it. And again, it doesn't fit onto a nickel, so you got most of it. And then we can go back and see the front again. So when we're looking through the 1967 coins, we're going to see a lot of weird ones, including these quarters that were struck on the wrong kind of metal in the wrong size planchet. Who knows why they did this? But we know that they did do it, that have been graded by the grading agencies. Okay, because there's not a mint mark on here, a lot of people indicate that these come from Philadelphia, but they don't. As we said when we were discussing the mintages, about 900 million were made at Philly, about 630 million were made at Denver, and about 18 million were made at San Francisco. These are a 75% copper, 25% nickel coating over a pure copper center, and you can see that copper center down here, and that's the same on the back, another 75% copper, 25% nickel for the back. If you want to get the best of these coins, you need to be able to see all the feathers on here. You need to be able to see the beak line. You need to be able to see the little cowlet coming out the back. However, there is one that's worth as much as $6,000. And of course, it's not going to be any mint mark on it. So we don't know exactly where it was made. But they found 3 of them so far, and PCGS grades them at a mint state 68, and they're worth $6,000. They also made these in another form, and they made these as special mint set coins. Now, no proof coins were made in 1967, and no mint sets came out in 1967. But what did come out is what was called a special mint set, and they did a different kind of polishing on these and made these really fancy coins. They made 1.8 million special mint sets. Those were made in San Francisco, even though it doesn't have a mint mark on there. And there's a lot of misinformation about the special mint sets and where they were made. You can see a lot of people saying they were made at Philadelphia, and they were not. They were actually shipped from San Francisco, just like all the special mint sets. In fact, you can get an envelope from 65 that says the San Francisco Mint on it, and these all came in a package that said San Francisco Mint on them. Hard to find those packages, but they were all made in San Francisco. The best of the special mint set ones are 5 that are a special or SP68, and those go for $5,750 on the PCGS website as to their value. And when you look at this coin, you'll see this is a beautiful coin, and it's shiny and everything else, but not a whole lot of feathers down there in the eagle's body, not a whole lot of detail for a beak on there either. We should be able to see a beak line on there. And what happened was they just didn't do a very good job on these coins in any fashion, and so no feathers at all on the legs. So when you're looking for a 1967 coin, even the special mint set coins, it's very likely you're going to have a coin that's worth $1 or $2 and not much more. We've seen how the U.S. Mint can put a quarter on top of a penny, a dime, and a nickel. We've seen how the U.S. Mint in 1967 put some of these special mint sets out where they over-polished them, but they didn't give them a whole lot of detail. So not a huge amount of valuable coins from 1967, but look for them out there because there's some good ones, and they're kind of fun to look at. Have a great day from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have in the comment section.